It is a fast start and an historic start for Novak Djokovic at this year's U.S. Open. Meanwhile, Carlos Alcaraz, the big upset of the tournament, getting eliminated in round 2. What's going on, everybody? It's John Eric Poli, and as we head to rounds 3 and 4 of this year's U.S. Open, thought it'd be fun to go back to rounds 1 and 2 to recap them in this video. We are looking at the men's side of things, and we're featuring the good, the bad, and the ugly. As always, we get started with the good, and I'm going with Novak Djokovic. Djokovic, of course, winning his rounds 1 and 2 matchups in straight sets, and along the way gets an historic win. He is the first player in tennis history, male or female, to win 90 or more matches at every single major championship. So congrats to Novak Djokovic on another part of tennis history. Also, guys, one quick honorable mention into the good category. Going to go with Ben Shelton. He's playing very well right now, and he's serving at a high level. Remember, last year, it was the U.S. Open as Shelton's coming out party. Let's see if he can do it again here in 2024. Now we go to the bad category, and I'm going with Stefanos Tsitsipas here. Tsitsipas, we know when he's on top of his game, one of the most talented players in the world, but we haven't seen too much of that as of late, and it's been a very inconsistent year here in 2024. That continues here at this year's U.S. Open, getting eliminated in the very first round of this year's tournament. Also, guys, one quick honorable mention too for this year's bad category through the first 2 rounds here. Gonna go with Lorenzo, Musetti, and Andrey Rublev. Just real quick, guys, both of those guys have some momentum coming into this year's U.S. Open. Both needed a few 5-setters early on here. Let's see if they could turn things around here in rounds 3. All right, now we go to the ugly category, and as expected, it's Carlos Alcaraz. Everyone saw what just took place last night. Major upset there in New York City as Alcaraz loses in round 2. Just never got it going in that matchup. Had no answer for the serve and volley. Very, very rough match to watch there for Carlos Alcaraz. You almost wonder if he's burnt out at all. He played a lot of tennis over the summer by winning the French, winning Wimbledon, getting silver in the Olympic Games. Since then, been downhill, looked bad in Cincinnati. Had a little bit of an ankle injury. We saw him rolling that ankle in the practice ahead of the U.S. Open. Now loses in round 2. Alcaraz definitely deserves a much-needed break. So that was the good, the bad, and the ugly from the opening 2 rounds of this year's U.S. Open. We'll have continued coverage of this year's U.S. Open right here.